because another gentleman caller, shows up to her door and walks in because the door's open.
And then bloody touches everything. Why would you touch?
Yeah, right.
Seriously,
He's
if I walked into a room and there's a dead person, I know what I'll do. I'll pick up what's I'll pick up a gun or whatever. I'll just touch all the scarves. What are you doing, man? Get out and get on the phone.
Right? He's like, dead body, must touch that. Oh, record player, let me touch that. Oh, gun, let me touch that.
Yeah, I best touch everything that's in this room.
Just want to make sure everybody knows I was here, okay?
Yeah, he did a bloody good job, quite frankly. And then when he's halfway through the phone call, he sees the shadow and thinks, do you know what? Instead of carrying on with this call to the police because the murderer might still be here, what I'll do is I'll put the phone down and I'll go and chase the shadow. And then I'll lock myself out. And then I'll look somebody in the eyeballs as I'm running away. And then claim that it wasn't me.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, how does he get out? How does the killer get out of the room? Because you know what I mean? He'd have to walk past him to get out, right?
I was thinking that. I mean, it's not a big apartment.
Yeah, it just seems like the logistics of it seem a little awkward with how he escapes. Because he turns around, he sees the brooch is gone. He turns around and the front door is swinging, as if the killer's left. But it's how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, and also with the ending, how the friggin' hell did he get out that fast without falling over a table and swearing at 15 inanimate objects?
Who the hell knows?
You think about it, he was, he's in a drunken blur. How the hell did he get out that swiftly? I couldn't get out that swiftly if I was pumping coffee.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, it's a suspension of disbelief. You gotta kind of just roll with the punches. But
try that.
Yeah. There's a few little quirky things that pop up, but it doesn't really detract from the movie itself, because there's a lot of fun to be had in this movie, with the love triangles and all that kind of stuff, So his wife dies and the police come to visit him and question him and, whatever. And he's in the clear. And then, the man that discovered his wife's body, he has touched everything because he's a genius. And right. And the cops show up and obviously they arrest him. Right. They're not buying his story. There's a lot of evidence against him where we find out that he's being blackmailed by this woman. And so now he's got motive, means, and opportunity. And the cops basically throw a book at him. The drunken husband, piano player, is in the clear because he's been locked in his room.
Which nobody's bothered about.
Night. Right.
It's like a werewolf.
I mean, it's just, right?
The first question I'd be asking, is he a vampire or a werewolf or something? Why are we locking him in? What's going on?
And that's I think that's exactly what this guy's wife is wondering. This can't be my husband. This isn't him, whatever. So I'm going to investigate myself and I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to this guy. Right. And that's what she does. She goes and she interrogates him and she discovers that he, there's no way he could have done it because his room was locked from the outside. And what do you know? Who would have ever thought the two decide to investigate the murder together?
Oh my God. This is the best part of the film. Them pair as detectives. It's fucking hysterical.
Yeah. They not only do they pair as detectives, they also pair as a musical act.
A musical jazz duo.
Yeah, in order to infiltrate this nightclub, whom they believe is the actual killer of his wife, because he saw him at the hotel the night that he tried to go to see his wife. Right? Now, the funny thing that if you're paying attention to the movie, the cops also saw this nightclub owner there that night. Right? Which becomes a plot point later on. But I mean, if you're watching the movie, that's one sort of strange plot point that pops up. Well, I mean, obviously they have, seen another suspect or whatever. Why didn't they sort of mention that earlier on? But anyways, so this dynamic duo, Batman and Robin that play jazz music, infiltrate this nightclub, and they discover that, yes, this guy knows his wife. They find an envelope with initials and all that kind of stuff. And there's a safe in the room, and, so they're undercover playing, every week, and they're doing great because people love him because he's a well-known musician, but
they're not
under
exactly
a
bloody
pseudonym
subtle, though, are they? Come on, let's face it.
No.
That'd be like me and you undercover. Let's go dance over to the person. Da, 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 and they're spinning people out the way. Da, and then they stand there and both stare at the person. It's like,
stare at him.
No, let's go and shimmy that way. Da, 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 da.
Right.
It's a better weirdo.